New baits from Duo, custom colors from Megabass, new size and custom colors from OSP, and a 20% off sale. That's what's new at the Hookup Tackle.
Welcome to the Hookup Tackle.
Oh, what a stud!
Yeah. Look at that!
That was sick!
Woo!
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday.
All right, guys, some breaking news.
What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful post-spawn fish.
Look at that!
Look at that gut on that. That's a nice fish.
What's going on, Jeff?
What's going on? This is weird. You're back in the hot seat, man.
Back in the hot seat. Ben is
somebody
somewhere around the world again.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
And it's up to you now to save us.
Yep.
The real hero.
Save the day. Oh man, it's still hot outside.
It is really hot. It's so hot that the pegs in the back with all the nice Megabass stuff melted away.
Yeah, it's all gone. All right, guys. So we're going through a renovation right now. The backdrop is going to look a little different today because everything is moving in the shop. So just know that that's
we're
what's
not
going
closing.
on. Yeah, we're not closing.
And no, nobody's bought us out.
Yeah, just the renovation.
Just renovations.
Everything's moving around, so everything just looks a little bit different in here. Thank you for all of our local customers for being patient with us through this. I know everybody's trying to get back in the shop. We're just not quite ready yet, but it's gonna open. It's gonna be great. We're doing everything so we can make the customer service experience a lot better.
Yep.
So we're trying to make things a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different of a vibe when we do reopen. So thank you for the patience. Just a little bit longer, and we'll be ready to go. So
here we go.
Not a giant
deal
going on today.
Okay.
All right. There's a few items that we need to talk about, and we'll talk about a sale that we're having. So let's talk about these right here. So Megabass has painted us up some metal baits in the 110. All right, so we get a chrome called Full Meki.
How do you feel about chrome?
I think chromes are cool. I like chromes at certain times of the year.
Yeah.
I don't think they work very well all year, but I mean, there's certain places in the U.S. where chrome is a staple.
All the Herring Lake guys are losing it right now.
Yeah, you guys over there in like the Atlanta area, that's southeast.
Yeah.
This will speak to you.
That's it.
All right, so Vision 110, nothing's different about it but the color. All right, so you're gonna get a chrome, a full chrome.
Just chromed out.
Yeah, just a mirror.
Yeah.
Right, it's just gonna be a mirror. I mean, it looks good.
It looks crazy.
All right, on the back it says Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, that's sick.
Full Metal Jacket by Megabass. Very good. So these right here will be a one-time run.
That's it.
All right.
One and done.
Megabass states that they are not going to do this again. They made this special run for us because of some stuff that we saw in Japan.
Oh, okay.
All right. So they made a special run of 110s for the U.S. There you go. There's that blue chrome and that chrome. I mean, they look good.
They look good.
Yeah. You Herring Lake guys, I mean, obviously, that's where
it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer for you guys. But I mean, chrome works all over the U.S. It doesn't have to be just for a Herring Lake. We get a good chrome bite here for 2 or 3 weeks out of the year. So there you go, 110 in chrome. This blue color is called Deep Blue.
Deep Blue.
Yeah.
All right.
Deep Blue and Full Meki.
Get them now.
Boom. There you go. Full Metal Jacket. All right. Talk about 110s. Last week we introduced you guys to the Great Hunting 110s. All right. So Great Hunting 110s are going to be your standard 110. Woo. Gonna be your standard 110s. It's got a different hook on there, but painted in the Great Hunting colors.
Just got a restock, huh?
Yeah, not a restock, but these are going fast,
Mm-hmm.
and these will not be reproduced.
They are growing fast.
They will not be reproduced again.
Again?
No, they're coming back, but not. They will not be reproduced for at least the next year. All right, we are running low on them. There's some great colors. It doesn't have to be trout,
nope.
right? Trout eat all this, or bass eat all this stuff.
The brown trout one's still sick.
Yeah, brown trout one is dirty.
Fine art Wakasagi. That one's my favorite.
This Wakasagi right
yeah,
here.
that one's sick.
Yeah, yeah, good colors on here. You're gonna have your same action. They changed the hook to an ST36, so the hooks will be a little bit different.
That one's so sick too.
Yeah, and that's gonna be the biggest difference. It's gonna be the hook and the color that's on there. Made to target trout, but obviously bass will just crush these things, especially if you have trout eaters in your lakes or reservoirs. But there's, you know, you have your Ayu colors, your Wakasagi colors, and stuff like that. So the bass,
just dope colors.
Yeah, super dope. And one of our best-selling Megabass baits
It really
is the Megabass Karashi, this one.
That one.
All
That
right.
lure.
This one right here. All right, a little hot pepper. All right, so full restock. We got a big restock of them in. These things, when we get them in, they go away.
They fly, bro.
Yeah, I don't keep them in the shop for more than release day. If it's more, it's gonna be the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're in the market for Karachis,
that's the new staple, little walking bait, basically. Are you okay?
My hands don't work today.
How many Orions did you have?
I just finished a monster, so I'm all hyped up on Mountain Dew.
But yeah, it's that new not new, but it's the hottest under the water walking bait.
Yeah, so super small profile.
Very small.
Originally designed to be an eye bait,
Mm-hmm.
but everyone has discovered that it does way more than that. All right, let me spec it out. Dude, my old eyes are struggling, bro. All right, 59 millimeter, 3/16, and slow sinking, and it is a very slow sink on this. Okay, so that's your Karachi, that's your profile right there, the tinsel hook on that. So if you're sinking it, small twitches, and it just walks really tight. All right, it doesn't lose any action when you add weight to it. I also like to put a whip on the front of it to get it down there into, like, I've fished it at one of our local lakes in about 40-50 feet and catch a ton of fish on it. It's super small. Right now the shad have already spawned, the bait fish is starting to grow, the bass are starting to grow, and bass is a main forage for bass.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll get a lot of bait fish in around this size for us in this time of year. So there's that. All right, guys, so Blitz DR.
Okay.
All right, Blitz DR is going to be like your 10-11 foot diving crankbait. We have brought in our custom colors.
Ooh.
So like a Ghost Geisha.
Ghost no Geisha.
All right, Ghost Geisha if you're trying to hit that 10-foot range, but some of the other ones, EXDR, Max DR, are a little bit too deep for you. It's going to get you a smaller profile. It's that knockout crawl.
That looks really good in that profile, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's gonna have the same action. The Blitz series of crankbaits, the action doesn't change. They all do the same thing. So that fish catching action, that ball that's down there to keep it keeled, so it's not rolling or having a weird type of action on there. I mean, they work really good. They're really dope. Become some of the favorite crankbaits around the US. We sell a ton of these, so we got that size. And then a new color.
New color.
Yes, a new custom color.
That's not new, that's so sick.
Oh, it's sick. All right, So Sick version 2.
Ooh.
All right.
V2.
Yeah, V2. So this one is gonna be a little bit glossy.
Yep.
So it's not gonna have that frosted white that we're used to seeing on there. This one does have a gloss on it.
And I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's not super glossy, but it's a little bit more glossy. We wanted to try something different with it. So there you go. So Sick. I mean, I catch a ton of fish on So Sick. I'm really excited to throw this color.
Yeah, that looks killer.
Yeah, you go right there.
Big swim bait time.
Big baits. There we go. Duo introduces 2 new swim baits for us. All right. So the Snappy Crappie. So even though we say crappie here in the U.S., they designed it to rhyme.
Snappy Crappie.
Yeah, Snappy Crappie.
I see.
All
It's
right.
the Japanese.
So just take everything you know about spelling and throw it out the
away.
window. Yeah. All right. So.
That's the bait.
All right.
Looks good.
Snappy Crappie, 3 3/4 inch, 1 1/8 ounce.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's got some weight.
Yeah, it's heavy for the size, right? It's super small, but it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments to this. All right. This is a slow sinking bait. It will swim or sink like this, and then it has that crazy snake action that you're used to seeing on a bait with multiple segments.
Yeah.
This one is meant to fish slow.
Okay.
It's not going to be, I mean, you can burn it if you want to, but if you burn it, it's going to come up.
Oh, I see.
Right? So if you want to fish slow on the bottom, you can creep it down there and it's still going to have the action, which is not typical of a bait with a lot of joints. You don't see it a lot. If they do have it, it's going to be lipped, right? So you can fish it slow and down. But this one right here, it has,
That's weird.
yeah,
The hook's in the tail.
yeah, it has a hook in the tail. All right, it's not all the way in there. I mean, the tail is open so that you can have good hookups on it. It's not covered by the plastic. And then as it's swimming, the tail at the end gets a little kick, so it kind of snaps.
That's where it gets the name.
Yeah, Snappy Crappie. Boom. All kinds of cool colors. So
Snack size.
oh dude, I feel like this is gonna
You know
be
what I
big.
mean? It's snack size, so when they're feeding on the gills, the crappie, I feel like this would be a really good one. Super easy to work. Cast, wind it in. You can do twitches, you can burn it too, but a lot of times you could probably just on a straight retrieve, you can wake it above grass, you can fish it around like a lay down. Like, it's a really cool bait. Swims good, snack size.
Yeah.
Duo paint, so it looks really, really good.
Tuo does an amazing job with their paint, right?
We've got quite a few different colors too.
Yeah.
So I think the one in your hand's crappie, maybe?
Yeah, this is just your standard white crappie.
Oh, crappie?
Or crappie. Snappy Crappie.
Snappy Crappie.
Alright,
And then you got some wild ones.
yeah, you're gonna go with your typical wild, alright? So being a Japanese company in Japan, they love these
They're
wild
forced
colors.
to actually make wild colors.
Yeah, they love these wild colors. Like,
Yep.
look at that thing.
Like prism gill.
Yeah. So, but you know, we have
The natural.
the standard colors in the U.S. Frosted chartreuse,
Yep.
which fishes really well everywhere. You have a black crappie.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, looks super
That
realistic.
one's really good.
You have this
Yeah.
super shiny bass.
Yeah. Is it
Noiki bass.
called Noiki bass.
All right, there's that one right there, and then you have this one right here. This
That
one's
was
sick.
so dope.
It's
Dude.
sturdy,
That
dude.
one's so dope.
Baby gill ND. I would call it pearl gill because I mean, ugh.
Ugh.
I mean the crappie ones are good because
Yeah.
they look like crappie.
But that one.
Look at that.
Woo! Look at that thing.
Yeah, that pearl on there is
That
so.
looks so good.
I mean, it's literally a realist. I don't think it's paint. It's got to be like a
Has to be, right? Or
sticker.
yeah,
or
scan or something.
scan or
That
a
thing
print.
looks sick.
Yeah, so dirty, super transparent. The light's gonna shine through it. That's a good color.
That's the one, dude.
That's the one.
Looks
Super
really
dope.
good. Yep.
Snappy Crappie.
Snappy Crappie. And then, don't be confused.
Let's talk about this one. It looks like no other bait on the market.
Ever. Besides maybe the Snappy
All right.
Crappie that you just had.
So this one looks like a Snappy Crappie,
But it's not.
but it's not. All right. So if you remember, we had the dead drift.
Yes,
that were
the
released
all you looking thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
that were released a few weeks ago. This is a panfish shaped version of it.
Okay.
Everything about it is going to be the same.
Mm.
So this one will not fall like this. This one will float
Mm-hmm.
like it's a dead fish on the top.
Yep.
Right? And as you twitch it, it'll act like a dead fish.
And then come back up.
yeah, it'll go like this. If you ever seen like a shad as it's dying, it's just
It'll
like
come up and
struggling.
then swim and then come back up.
Yeah.
Yep. Same
So-
exact thought process here.
You're not going to get this one to sink. as you burn it or pull it, it's just gonna go down like an inch or so under the water. It looks like a dying fish.
Yeah.
It's super realistic on this. One thing that happened when they designed this is that they found out that you can burn it.
You can burn it.
Yeah, you can burn it, and the way that the tail acts, it has this like whopper plopper buzzbait type action to it. So you burn it on top, it snakes through the top of the water, but that tail is plopping and slapping water. It's throwing water all over the place.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks amazing when on the burn. So that's what we're typically used to on these multi-jointed baits, right? It's the fast movement on there, but they kind of sit under the water and wait. But this one, the tail makes a ton of action on that. So you can do the dead drift, deal with it as it goes down, floats up, burn it like a couple feet,
and then kill it.
Get that flutter, and then it's gonna die again.
Yeah.
So innovation is
Very
there.
unique. Yes.
Yeah, the innovation is there. And there's also some sick colors in this one, right? So your standard
clear
frosted chartreuse.
Yeah.
It's got wild ones again.
Here we are.
There you go. This one's kind of dope.
That one's ridiculous.
Yeah, I like that color. This one is a super unique color.
Yep.
I'm gonna show you here in a second. So you have your gills and your crappie.
Crappies. Yep.
And then you get super natural.
Super natural. Goldfish chartreuse.
Yeah. You know those
Yeah.
things.
Tons of them in my waters.
Yeah. And then your gold red, pretty standard in Japanese coloring.
Yeah, it is.
Is your gold red. But these two colors here. So mullet SG.
Mullet SG.
And crappie white black.
Crappie white black. Okay.
Okay. Two unique colors. The crappie has that supernatural print on it.
Yep.
So it's going to be your white crappie. So as it dies, they're going to see that white crappie, but maybe there's no white crappie in your area. So you can just get it to float the other way.
I'm sorry, what the hell?
And it's a black crappie.
Jesus.
Boom. Black crappie, white crappie. Want to see it again? Boom and boom. So just in case you don't want to confuse those bass, they might not eat white crappie and want black crappie. So this one, same length, 3 3/4 inch, but 1 ounce.
So it identifies as both.
Yes.
Got it.
Boom. But it doesn't identify as snappy. I think it's pretty dope.
Yep, I think that's really cool and necessary and needed.
Hey, you never know.
I think that would make the biggest of differences. It'd suck if a bass came up on that and said, it wasn't on the black crappie side. Oh well.
Yeah.
If it was the white crappie side, I would have smoked it.
I only eat black crappie in the winter.
Oh yeah, nope. That's how largemouth think.
Right?
I need a word with duo.
Oh, wait till you see this one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So same thing here.
Yep. It's just
Got
a
that
nice
super
natural,
metallic silver.
cool color.
Right.
It's probably going to be the same on the other side as well. It's not.
If they don't want silver and they want gold, right? Gold's number 1.
Right. Yeah. Sure.
Only winners have
Only
gold.
winners get gold. Okay.
Right. Silver's for second place.
For second place.
Right. So you're just giving choices.
Right. Choices.
You're 100% not going to be able to dictate which side floats, but
if you could,
they're going to see both sides, especially on a burn. And you know, when fish track things, they kind of go on both sides.
Sometimes. Yeah.
And it might trigger a response because it might confuse them. I have a crazy theory that bass bite because they're overwhelmed with their senses.
That's the only reason why they bite?
Well, I think because, you know, like spinner baits and like big baits, stuff like that, it's that erratic motion that gets them to bite. I feel like they're just overwhelmed and they have nothing to do but bite.
Interesting.
That's how I feel. Haven't done any scientific studies on it, but I think that, you know, when you're fishing in calm water, it's hard to fish, right? The bite gets real slow.
Yeah, it's terrible.
When there's chop on the water,
choppy.
Even though it does limit visibility more, I think it's the light coming through with all that chop that's just going nuts in the water,
Mm-hmm.
and it's triggering some kind of weird like anger response from the fish.
Interesting.
That's how I see it.
Well, I'll be expecting to read your book.
I could be right or I could be wrong, but
That's a good theory.
we're never gonna know because it's never gonna get proven.
That's a great theory, though.
That's how I see it. That's how I feel. All right, Jeff. So Matte Dawn is a color that we've been slowly introducing into duo baits.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so this is a shop custom color for us, and we're starting to bring it in more and more baits. Today we have the G-Fix Vibration. This one right here is the 68. All right, so Matte Dawn is a matted version of the AM Dawn that everybody loves and knows, or knows and loves.
Look good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It sounds good. This bait right here, it's got that rattle chamber there, but it has these two other bigger weights that have a thicker, like a knock to it. So you get a small rattle and a thick knock on this one right here. Super thin profile on that lipless right there. Super dope. There you go. All right, Jeff. Duo's #1 walking bait is the pencil.
Yeah.
Right, so you get pencil 65, pencil 110, pencil 130. They have brought this bait to us in a bone material.
Oh,
Right,
different
so
sounding.
now you're gonna get a different sound out of it. So everybody knows that the ABS that's used has a really subtle style knock,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you add the bone to it, that knock just vibrates and it's like super loud and hollow. Right, something about the plastic or the bone material that they're using, when those BBs hit it, I mean, it knocks.
Yeah.
It's loud, it's hollow, and it just vibrates really, really loud. All right, so standard duo colors except for this alien white
Okay.
CH tail, which I would assume means chartreuse.
Chartreuse, yeah.
Right, alien white chartreuse tail, and this glow red hot chili.
Jeez. Very natural.
Yeah, yeah, it's supposed to be one of those things. If you've never fished a jalapeno,
Oh, yeah, yeah. Here's your chance.
yeah, here's your chance.
Just when the fish are feeling like it.
Yeah. Red hot chili, same sound. Sounds good. There's those two colors there. And then you're gonna get your standard duo colors. You know, your ghost minnow, your beast bone. That's a new color also. Matte chartreuse pink head. All right, we're all used to these colors here. We see those in duo.
Classic duos.
Yeah, classic. Your peacock.
Oh, yeah.
Mm. So those are in the 110, and then they're bringing it in the 130 also.
Oh, okay.
All right, not as big of a color selection in the 130, but there still are some really
They're
good
ones.
colors.
Yeah.
There you go, right there. It will be louder just because it's bigger.
Mhm.
All right, so just like any other plastic bait that you fish that has a knock to it, the bigger one has just got more space in there. The knock is louder. So if you need a louder version of it, I mean, it's louder.
Yeah, it's much louder.
Yeah, there you go. So duo pencil 130 bone. All right, Jeff, a few weeks ago we had the Bay Rough 68 Underwalker.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boom. These came, they got a very good response, and we had to do a restock of them.
Oh, nice.
So we did a big restock of these, and we got one new color in. That's gonna be Mullet OB. So all the Bay Rough Seek stuff is made to fish in the bay. They're all for
Sea bass.
sea bass, saltwater stuff, but we've been fishing a ton of the Bay Rough stuff in the freshwater, so we asked them to do some pretty cool freshwater colors for us. We just got them in a couple weeks ago. We didn't get any samples in, so when we got them in, I took them out, caught a bunch of fish on it. I was so excited. I was like, Jeff, let's go. So me and Jeff went out there and caught a few on there also. What this is meant to do is essentially it's just a bigger Karachi.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It sinks down, has this crazy like shimmy on the way down. It shimmies once it gets to depth where you want it, just a slight tap of the rod tip, and it's going to walk just like a Karachi. So if you've been looking for a bigger version of the Karachi, this is going to be the one.
It is the deal.
But also, if you love the BR fish and the BR head, this is going to be your hard bait version of that. All right. So we discovered if you do your pops up, it does the same exact thing as the BR fish. It's not going to be as wide. You're not going to get that 2-3 foot, but maybe a foot. But it's going to fish just like it, but you're going to have treble hooks on there, so you're going to catch and land more fish. So pretty cool bait. I've been fishing this for the last couple weeks. I'm really liking it. I can't say enough good things about it, but just like we talked about earlier in the week, there always needs to be a soft and a hard bait version of something. All right, it's just because the fish will get that picky about things. Sometimes they don't want it to be a soft bait, sometimes they only want it to be a soft bait. So when you add something like this into the arsenal, that's going to have that same action, just like that. It's going to look the same. It's going to get you those bites that they want to chase something like that, but they're not particularly wanting to eat that bait. So you just change it up a little bit, and boom, there you go. And then you have the action that was made for, is that walking action. I think I was fishing in like 40 feet of water the other day. We're catching those fish. So I was sinking it down. It does sink slow, but on the way down, it's going to grab attention because of that shimmy. So there you go, the Seek 85 Underwalker. All right, guys, new color. New color. Ice Cube.
I was hoping for Jerome, but okay.
Yeah. All right, so the Dice Rubber from OSP. We got a new color in Ice Cube. It's just going to be a transparent, frosted look on there.
Looks like an ice cube.
Yeah, it looks like an ice cube. Yeah. This one is only going to come in the non-salt.
Non-salt.
Yeah, we didn't want the salt to interfere with the color because we wanted it to be very specific.
That makes sense.
But the non-salts are a little bit more clear, a little bit more durable. Depending on how you're fishing it, if you're going to need to add weight to it or not. I fish the non-salts 100% of the time when I'm using them on a drop shot, and they work very well for me. Super durable with less salt in that plastic, or no salt in that plastic. Boom, so there you go. New custom color, one-time run. This one will not come back. Yeah, we're introducing this one here, and it's never going to come back. Well, never say never, but there's no plans on bringing this one back.
Got it.
All right, only in the non-salt version. And don't forget, guys, that we do have all the colors that you guys have been asking for. Pink, you know, many requests for the pink to come back in stock. Finally did come back in a couple weeks ago, so we've had that here. You got your white with the black flake on there, green pumpkin. All right, and then you got Fred's Candy, which is going to be a combo of Otaku's Candy and Fred on that right there. Pretty neat combo. It goes together really well. It gets bit pretty good. All right, so there you go. All the dice are in stock right now. Get them while you can. Ice Cube is only going to be in a non-salt version. All the other colors we have in both salted and non-salt, or max salt and non-salt. So there you go. All right, guys, from our friends at Bottom Up, we have the Volup Swimmer 4.2 in electric sugar. All right, you guys remember we put that 5-inch out, and this one was only available in bento boxes. All right, so all you bento subscribers have this, but now it's going to be available for everybody else. All right, also the same thing with the Bulls Hog 3-inch in Fred.
Oh, that's right.
All right, so the Bulls Hog is a super cool bait. Creature bait in that green pumpkin, purple copper, which is probably one of the best colors ever made. But it has those appendages on there that kind of shimmy a little bit, but these big, thick claw arm type deals are where the magic is made. They just thump in the water, they grab the attention of the bass, and they eat it. So there you go, 3-inch Bulls Hog in Fred, and 4.2-inch Volup Swimmer in electric sugar. Our friends over there at Baitsanity have given us a restock of the jerkbait, Explorer Jerkbait 120 BCS. All right, guys. Ugh. Pretty cool jerkbait here. You guys are really loving them because I can't keep them on the shelves. So they're selling out really well. Everybody's catching fish on them. So let me talk about why these things are so cool. All right, so your 120 millimeter jerkbait here with the Bait Connect system. The BCS is the Bait Connect, where it has your weight system here in the middle that you can change. So there you go. And they're all going to be numbered, your C1 through C4, and every one is going to have a different weight. There's going to be a floating, it's going to be your C1, your suspending, it's going to be your C2, just going to add a tiny bit more weight in there, and then your C3 and your C4 are going to be a sinking and a fast sinking. There you go, right there. And every one is going to have a different sound because the amount of BBs that are in there. So your fast sinking, if you need to get to that 40, 50, 60 foot range and you need to get there quick, this one right there is going to get it to you. If you want to float it, you have your C1. Super simple to change it out. You're just going to stick that in there, push it in, and bam, there you go. So now you have a jerkbait that's fully customizable. You're not putting sticky weights on there. You're not trying to guess on how they're going to fall. You're just going to add the different weights in there and you're going to be able to fish it. All right, a little bit bigger of a profile, so you're going to be able to work it pretty aggressive also. And a little bit of flex on that bill, so it's going to get a lot of good action on that. So there you go. So all colors in stock right now. That was the perch. I have your matte pearl, your summer shad. Summer shad's pretty dope, I like that one. Your bone, or bread. Baitsanity calls it bread, we call it bone, but still a good color. And sardine. All right, every single one of these baits will come with all 4 connectors. They've done us a big favor of putting the hook guards on the baits for us, so we don't have to grab extra hook guards. Pretty cool. So those are there. Full restock on those. I know there's a few guys out there that have been waiting for different colors, and now they're here. Another restock and new items from Baitsanity are going to be the Baitsanity tungsten adhesive weights. All right, so we've had them in there in the 0.32, the 0.72, even a 0.08. All right, so now we have a 2.5 gram and a 1.5 gram. That's a 2.5 gram right there. All right, the 1.5 and the 2.5 look identical in size. Just the 2.5 is thicker. So if you don't like the way that normal board weights sit on your baits because they're so big, you can use these tungsten ones. I like them because they're black. All right, it's not a, normally they're either silver or white or holographic, which those are super amazing. I use those all the time too, but when I need a black weight, there you go. So yeah, so that's the 1.5 and the 2.5. Only difference is the thickness on those. Hard to notice here, but there you go. And then again, you can cut them and customize them. They're tungsten, so they're pretty cool. All right, Shimano brings us a new Vanford.
Ooh.
All right, I feel like the Vanford just came out,
Mm-hmm.
right? But they're already upgrading it, right? So what is different about this Vanford? The Vanford takes the technology from the Stella and puts it in a more affordable reel, right? So this Vanford is going to have the exact same drag system as the Stella. The Stella, people love it because of the drag system, right? So a lot of you guys are looking for new reels. I mean, this feels amazing. They took a lot of weight off of this reel. I mean, it feels smooth. That drag sounds really good. Should have quick engagement on the drag. So this is where a lot of spinning reels struggle, is when the drag engages. So a A lot of the times you'll have it at the right tension, but sometimes you'll lose your fish because it just doesn't go. But I mean, it feels great, feels good. I mean, I like it, and it's styled a lot better too. So that's the Vanford 25 and 3000 in stock. I have very low numbers on this. I released them earlier this week. When people saw that we had them, they started buying them up. So there are a few of each size left. So if you're in the market, I'll grab them now. We will restock these if you guys want us to, but there you go. Vanford from Shimano. All right, guys, new storage items from Daiwa. All right, so long box, Daiwa logo on there. I notice a lot of people are really into these long storage boxes. So we brought them in with the Daiwa logo. So this is going to be a standard long box, clear top, zipper on there, right? So you store all kinds of things in there. A lot of people would like to store swim baits in there. They stack their bigger swim baits on top of each other in there. You can stack line in there, put the line in there if you want to. I mean, there's really no limit on there because you have the space to do all kinds of things in there. You can store smaller boxes in there. If you have, I carry mine and I put snacks in there. So that's what I do with mine. But yeah, you put your terminal boxes in there, small things. Use it as like a day box. All kinds of cool stuff in there. So we have it with the Daiwa logo, and if you just want to go with line, we have the XBraid logo also. All right, so 2 new boxes. Bam, there you go. It's perfect as a cooler.
Is it?
Yeah, because I only bring like one thing of water, or like one drink, and then put like a little ice pack in there.
Yeah. Yep.
Boom.
Boom.
Maybe a PB&J. PB&J. All right, guys. For you trout guys out there, or BFS guys here, we brought in some cool baits. The Senrigan. All right. This is going to be 3.3 grams, 48 millimeter, and it's going to be a medium sink. All right. So it's going to be a pretty standard flat side crankbait. It's small, so you have to move it a little bit faster. It's got a different look to it, but a lot of cool colors, right? So if you're trying to change things up, give your fish a different look. There you go, right there. The Senrigan. Boom, boom, boom. So 8 colors, 9 colors on that. 8 colors on that. Boom, there you go. There's some colors there. There you go, right there. So here in Arizona, it's super hot. Right, we're having an extremely hot summer. So a lot of guys have just been going trout fishing.
Rightfully so.
Yeah, so we're traveling a couple hours up north where trout fishing is really good. And we're throwing baits like this. Grab the BFS setup, go out there, sit around, relax in the cool weather for a little bit and catch some fish. It's been really good. So if you've never been trout fishing and you feel like you're only gonna go bass fishing, I recommend it. It's pretty fun when they're biting or when you can figure out how to catch them. So also we brought you the Izuru 60 from Yamanami. All right, Yamanami, we've had this brand in the shop for a while. This is a new bait. It's gonna be a little bit bigger of a profile on that one, but still flat-sided. All right, and it's gonna be sink a little bit faster, so you can move it in a little bit faster moving water. The current, casting in the current, burn it through the current. You're gonna have a good time with that. All right, so that's the Izuru 60. All right, guys. So our friend Chris, Indie Fishing, is going to launch a contest.
Ooh, I like contests.
All right, so this will be a top water giveaway.
Ooh,
all right?
let's go.
So we're going to link Chris's Instagram here and then down in the comments, in the text down there. Pretty cool giveaway here. There's a lot of stuff in there. It's a pretty big one. So go onto his Instagram, find the post, and then follow all the rules on there, right? He always has a lot of rules on there. Follow those rules, and then someone's gonna win this great prize. All right. Some examples of the things that are gonna be in there. There's gonna be deck of dodges in there.
Really?
Right? Yeah. Shinmushis will be in there. All top water baits.
All right.
Right? Pulse cods. Yeah, some cool stuff. Tackle stuff, right? Chop kickers and max squeakers.
Oh.
Right? There's gonna be some Megabass stuff in there.
Big contest.
Pop maxes. Co-AU juniors. So there's a lot of cool stuff that's going to be in there. I don't want to spill all the beans, but just log on to Chris's Instagram, click on that, and then get joined up or get entered. So there you go on that. All right, Jeff. We should do a giveaway. Not a giveaway.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Oh.
We should do a sale. Let's do 20% off.
20?
20.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. 20% off. But what are we gonna put on sale?
Are you sure without the boss being here?
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much lives in Japan now.
Yeah. All right. Well, nobody tell Ben about this sale, but
Yeah,
take
don't.
advantage of it.
Don't tell Ben. Just surprise him with orders.
Yeah. So what does that entail?
Let's do 20% off, and let's do store-wide.
Normal exclusions.
Yeah, normal exclusions. So your Megabass, your Daiwa, your Shimano.
Yeah.
Normal exclusions will apply, but let's do 20% off store-wide. All
Okay.
right? So
what kind of stuff is that?
So let's just remind people what we have that is not excluded, right?
What's in stock that I might need?
Right. So Deps,
Uh-huh.
not excluded.
All of Deps, man.
Yes.
Rods. Baits.
So newest bait from Deps is going to be the 3-inch cover scat. If you're on the fence, 20% off. So you're saving money. You're getting a bait that you maybe wanted, maybe didn't want. Remember, this was the hottest selling bait for a couple years. All right. This bait, we could not keep it on the shelves. People were going crazy over them. It was like eBay fiends. Yes. Right. So there you go, right there. Cover scat, 3-inch, new size, probably the most perfect size they've ever made. Yep. There's some baits like that. OSP. Not exempted. Ugh. Or not excluded. All right. So the new duckbill that just came out. Yep. One of your favorites, Magnum EX DRs. All right. Beavers. Still alive beavers. One of the best selling plastics in the world. Boom. Man, that's a good color right there.
I wonder what color that is.
Oh, Jerome. And there's that one.
Yeah, the yellow.
All right, Raid. All right, fish rollers, another one of the top selling plastics out there. Fish rollers for, you know, strolling. If you're not into strolling, I feel like if you don't know what strolling is or you're not into it.
That rock you live under?
Yeah, you're living under a rock, right?
Comfortable.
You gotta come outside sometimes, people. I mean, it's a really effective way to catch fish. All the pros are doing it, and all of us people that are not pros are doing it, and we're catching fish with it. Right? So there you go, right there. Raid, Master Blasters on that list right here. This is one of my favorite buzz baits. Gets bit.
Especially in pink.
Yeah. So more OSP, louders. For top water, it's top water time. HP 3D Wacky. So we just restocked these. Julius just did a little segment on our video about how he was fishing them, how he loves to fish them. So go ahead and check these out. Really great Neko rig bait right there. All right, 20% off. And then Duo. Right. So everything we talked about already with Duo,
it's on sale,
new
bro.
stuff.
Come on now.
It's all on sale. All right. So, but we got these. The Bay Rough BR head.
Much needed.
Yeah. So I know you guys have been watching some other videos of people put them out there. They love to give bad information. All right. So the BR fish, the BR head is I call it winding. Right. So it's a technique where you can fish a cast and retrieve, but it's also going to give you this crazy like jerkbait action where this bait will go 2-3 feet to each side. All right. So if you've been on the fence or hesitant because you just really haven't gotten great information, there's a video here that's going to show you on how to fish it, what to do, what it actually does, how to rig it, all those things right there. So BR head right there. And you can't have BR head without BR fish. Boom. There you go. This is the bait that was meant to go on that. We got it in custom colors. We got it in factory colors. We have them in stock now. We are fully loaded, so go nuts. Another brand that's one of our favorites here is Nishine. So all Nishine baits are going to be on sale. The new jerkbait just came out.
That's right.
Crushing it with that one. All kinds of cool stuff, crankbaits and stuff. One of my favorite free rig baits is the Namazu. All right, I love this bait. You can fish it weightless. If you love to throw a stick bait and you like to throw a wacky rig or just a Texas rig weightless, this right here will fish it very well. Put it on a free rig, put it on a double fluke rig or a donkey rig, and watch what happens. All right, we are in that time frame for us where the catfish have spawned just recently, and they are going to be this size really soon, and bass love to eat catfish. It's one of the biggest parts of a bass's diet around the US because catfish is the only fish that's in all waters. Well, that bass eat in all waters. Okay, so bluegills are not a target species in some waters, and shad is not a target species in some waters, but all bass eat catfish. Fact. Fact, Jeff. Don't look at me like I'm crazy. It is the truth.
All right.
Science.
Science.
Don't call me. But there you go, Namazu. And there you go, guys. So there you have it. Just kidding. But all right, guys. So all used rods will be part of this sale too.
Okay.
All right, and our used rod section is sick.
It's actually insane.
Yeah,
There's some gems in there.
It's crazy, right? So like this combat stick Hercules.
Hercules? Like, are you serious?
Yeah. So the price on this rod is $4.99. 20% off, takes $100 off of that price.
Boom.
Boom. There you go. Where are you gonna find a Hercules for under 500 bucks?
Nowhere.
Right. Slant bridge destroyers. Right. Old school, but amazing.
But sick as hell.
Right. Get that slant bridge in there. So.
Yum.
There you go, right there. Deps rods are some of the most expensive rods on the planet.
Yes, sir.
Right. So here is a huge custom monster hunting rod,
which is ridiculous.
Yeah, regular price $4.99.
Yes, sir.
On sale, $100 off.
Come on.
This rod feels good. What is this?
7.3, I think. Extra heavy.
7.2 or 7.5 extra heavy. Extra heavy. Super sick, right?
Barrel too. Like.
Oh,
here we go.
Oh, that one's. Oh, it didn't bring it.
That was on sale.
All right, Evolution.
Old school Evolution.
Old school Evolution, right? Super Griffin. Right, and as you know, Destroyer Evolution was the top of the destroyers that aren't custom made, so you're gonna be able to get a good deal on this one right here. $249 is the price on this. 20% off of that's gonna take $50 off.
Unbeatable.
Boom, there you go, right there. All these used rods are in like an 8 or 9 out of 10 condition, so they're all really good. So check those out. Go into our used rod section. Those are not exempted from the sale. All right, guys, for real this time.
For real.
For real this time. That is it. I hope you guys are having a great Sunday. Hope you guys find some value in this video. Hope you guys grab a lot of cool stuff. On behalf of everybody here, Ben, Jeff, everybody else out here at the Hookup, thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and see you later.
Giant.